So what's going on here, Joseph?
I am shaving with a rock.
What are you doing, Joseph?
I am digging out this fantastically large lump of flint, and it's not even moving yet, so apparently it's bigger than this.
So we don't know how fantastically large it is, right?
No.
Like this could be the iceberg thing.
Yeah.
This could be, we could be looking at 1/10 of the flint here.
Yeah. You know, one thing I'm learning is that this soil is awful. For one thing, it's full of razor blades, and for another thing, it's extremely thick in clay, and for another thing, it's full of boulders. Which means in terms of agriculture, I could really understand why this region became famous for wool. I mean, I would plow up as little as I had to, and grazing is a really good way to use land without plowing it. I don't know if that's why it was, but it seems to be a decent enough reason.
So, why are you digging this rock out?
You know, I'm not exactly sure. To anyone else who lives here, this rock is just a rock. It's the most common thing in the world. It's just another example of a rock. But to me, who, you know, has an interest in flint napping and has only ever napped things that are not actually flint, hence the name seems a little weird. I mean, this is treasure. It's a resource thing. Here, it's just the local dirt. Churches are made out of it, houses are made out of it. To me, it's educational experiences that I want to have, and it's a precious sort of resource. Gosh, look at that. That is big and beautiful. I just dug it up with a Bronze Age axe. Because why not?
Happily, it was not the iceberg principle.
Happily not. Happily not.
So we're standing on the edge of this field, and if you look at the soil, you'll see this.
This is flint. This is also flint.
That is flint.
This is flint. This is a big nodule currently covered in chalk, but it is all flint.
This is amazing. This particular region in the southeast of England is just loaded with flint. And here, where you can see the rubble from digging up the ditch, it's just everywhere.
These are cobbles of flint.
Just everywhere. This is not a resource that grows in my backyard, but it does grow in their backyard. You have some flint?
I don't just have some flint. I have a shard that I think might be sharp enough to shave.
Kind of scraping and scratching you more than anything.
Yeah. It's hard to tell. It feels quite sharp though. Probably just need some bear grease.
Huh.
Certainly feels quite sharp.
So what's going on here, Joseph?
I am shaving with a rock. Look at that. It's actually cutting the hair.
And what is this rock?
This is a flake of flint. I mean, the fields are loaded with this near Bury St. Edmunds.
So this is a rock that you picked up off the ground 2 minutes ago and hit on another rock.
Yeah.
And now it's shaving your arm.
It's like the world's first disposable razor blade. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, it's not doing an amazing job, but it's shaving.
It is also exfoliating you, so that's good.
Yeah. Taking off a layer of skin. Didn't need that layer anyway.
It's got, what, like 7 more?
Well, more than that. I keep regenerating them. Cool thing about this lump of flint is you can see the jacket here is made out of calcium-based rock. Basically, it's limestone. And you notice this weird, wonky shape. That's actually caused by the way that flint is formed. Flint is actually a sedimentary type of rock. What happens is, in rainwater, glass is ever so slightly soluble. And what will happen is, over time,
small amounts of dissolved glass will percolate down into the ground and find natural caves, particularly in limestone soils, which we happen to be in. And when it finds those little natural caves, it'll fill them in, layer by layer, working its way to the center. You can see this, this layering working to the center of the node. I mean, this is fascinating. When this same sort of thing happens in the US, we call it chert. And you can imagine there's a tremendous amount of variability based off of the size of the lumps, the exact chemical composition of the dissolved water-glass mixture, and whatever else happens to be going on in the soil. Around here it's called Flint. It tends to be very dark with this crust of calcium-based stuff. Makes good knives. And cherts can be used for a similar thing, although they have slightly different properties. This is really cool.